My goal would be really to end street homelessness. To end street homelessness. There'll still be people in shelters and...
We have this hotel room for you. Go into that shelter and don't be publicly visible.
Say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true.
The devil sets it in your head that, like, you know what, nobody wants you. Nobody wants you at their house. Nobody wants to give you a place to stay. Nobody loves you, and look at you're in a shelter. Nobody loves you, and look at you're in a shelter.
Today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
Newsom hired like his own photographer to travel around with him, like this like Hollywood-based photographer. So that's our taxpayer dollars paying for this.
Nobody who is close to being rational would do anything like what we in Los Angeles have been doing now for close to 40 years.
The blatant thievery.
Welcome to SweptAwayLA, where we bring you the untold truths of the care crisis in Los Angeles.
We're here to shed light on the harsh realities of LA's homelessness crisis, because in the city full of stars, we can't afford to let these stories fade into the background.
We're diving deep into the issues, the policies, and the people on the front lines. The truth is here to stay, and so are we.
Stick with us as we challenge the status quo, spark real conversations, and work towards lasting solutions, because this is a crisis we can't afford to sweep under the rug.
I'm your host, NIka Soon-shiong, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ysenia.
And this is SweptAwayLA. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to SweptAwayLA, the podcast where we dive into the real struggles of homelessness in Los Angeles. I'm one of your hosts, Ysenia, and today we're focusing on the journey of being unhoused and the barriers to finding support. In this episode, me and NIka are going to take you on a journey with us as we visit Compton Housing Authority, the same place where Christine, former Compton Pledge resident and former unhoused individual, started her path towards stability. We'll also meet Christine at her church in Compton, where she prepares meals for those still facing homelessness and continues her work as an outreach advocate with the Compton Advocates. We visited the Compton Local Housing Authority and it was deserted. The Compton Section 8 waitlist has been closed for over 3 years. Many individuals are deterred from even applying to the Section 8 waitlist because of the invasive application processes. Meet Christine. She's a leader from the Compton Advocates Homeless Outreach Cohort. We first met Christine when she was selected for the Compton Pledge Guaranteed Income Program that gave monthly direct cash payments to those in Compton that needed assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Christine was unhoused at the start of the program and now, after getting back on her feet, serves the unhoused community in the greater LA area and was happy to give us a tour and tell us how exactly she got started. Christine runs the whole operation out of this small community church in Compton, California. She says most days it's only herself, her daughter, and one other friend going out to deliver the care packages and prepare them at the church, delivering them from her own vehicle. Listen as Christine walks us through where the whole operation began.
So this is like headquarters.
Yes. This is the total headquarters right here. So I clean out the trunk and we fill it up. We fill it up way high up to here. We get the back seat going. People have food on their laps, and we have paper bags that we usually send out.
She says most days it's only herself, her daughter, and one other friend going out to deliver the care packages they prepare here at the church.
We do Christmas around the city, and that's where we have the styrofoam clothing bags with a black bag that usually has water and other hygienes like razors, soaps, toothbrushes, toothpaste, all that type of stuff, and sanitize. They love sanitize. So we have like lots of pictures. So we just do our like assembly line when we get
What are the spots that you
service? The whole idea is we do the park. We always do Looters Park first. And in Looters Park alone, like some days we get rid of like 50 to 75 meals just in there. They just start coming out. I don't know where they come from, but they just start coming out. I'm like, oh, there you were. Yes. And it's awesome. Yes. Underneath the Rosecrans Bridge, there's sometimes homeless people under there. Then we make a right. We go along the train track. And whatever we have left, we start driving our way. So this is another guy. He's always in the park too.
What's his name?
His name's Anderson.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about what got you started with this outreach program?
So I was homeless for 2 years. I had lost my children. And I was just really wanting to get help to be back, back to normal status. It was really hard, and I tried not to give up on it, but there's no help out there. So especially out here in LA, there's a little bit more opportunities and more resources than there is in the San Fernando Valley. So there was none out there. So I ended up pregnant with my daughter, and from there I was able to go to Shields and then get back on my feet, and that's where I started my help. And from there, they transported us to a shelter. So we lived in a shelter for 1 year and 8 months. There's also that awareness when you go into a shelter, you think, oh, okay, they're fine, they're going in a shelter. But that first week, the first month of being in a shelter is so extremely hard on people. It's almost like we're, the devil sets it in your head that, like, you know what, nobody wants you at their house, nobody wants to give you a place to stay, nobody loves you, and look at, you're in a shelter. It's like all that, like your first week, you're just like going through so much anxiety and stress over it, and it's just so overwhelming to be there because you just don't feel loved. And it's like to have people in that shelter just loving on you and just caring about you and knowing that they too went through that situation. And then I started training for Metro to become a Metro bus driver. I drove for Metro for like 3 years, and then that's when I met NIka, and we did it was during COVID, and that's when the Compton Pledge came about. And we were grateful for that because, it's been a long time since we were able to go like on vacation or take trips or do anything. So it was like, I was excited about that, but I was like, I want to do something else. And I had asked God a while ago, please make me be able to go out there. But yes, this is the headquarters. We have buckets that sit on the floor full of ice and water bottles during the summer. And this whole place is full until we are done with everything. When they see me come into Looters Park, right when they see the van, they know like that we're coming out. So it's
That's
really
incredible.
I love that. I love that you already have that recognition in the community.
Yeah, they come running to the car to help me like carry out bags and stuff.
We went down the road to visit our friend Candace at the Coalition for Human Immigrant Rights to see if they had any insights on resources for the unhoused community. We first connected with Chirla back in 2020 when we were putting together the Compton Pledge Advisory Board.
Just with Christine at her church, reaching out to her. Can you chat a little bit about, what gap does she fill?
We are smaller, we're a 10 square mile city. So how are those people getting services? Where's the outreach coming from? And there's just a blank space if Christina's not doing it and you're not calling Hopics. I think they're just kind of existing in the city. She just is the resource that I know of. I think the only other organization that I've seen around and that I've worked with on kind of higher levels is Hopics. I've been able to call them for like things that are a little escalated, but the basic day-to-day feeding people, clothing people, like Christina's out there doing the work. And I really honestly don't know of any other services. We used to have a homelessness task force that was kind of working towards solutions, and I was on that task force, but that also kind of disappeared when Asia left office. So
it shouldn't be up to residents like Christine to tackle the homeless crisis alone. Our city can and should be doing more. Stay tuned to see where their priorities really lie. Thank you for joining us today. Christine's story reminds us of the resilience and strength of those who navigate homelessness and the systematic barriers that continue to make this struggle harder. If you want to learn more about Christine's work with the Compton Advocates or get involved yourself, check out the links in the show notes. We'll be back next time with more stories that matter. Until then, take care and stay informed.